Hello. Today we will talk about the balance of justice. We will see the meaning of the words karma and dharma. We will see how to negotiate our karma, the types of karma, and how to avoid earning more karma. And most importantly, how to free ourselves from karma. So, the word karma is a word that is commonly used anytime people want to refer to the consequences of something bad that is happening in their lives. But in Gnosis, our Venerable Masters teach us that karma is actually medicine for our soul. Karma is not a form of punishment. Karma has the objective of helping us to wake our consciousness, of helping us to realize the current state in which we find ourselves. Let me put you an example. Someone smokes every single day. You see him on the street and he's got his cigarette and he's just smoking one cigarette after the other. And everybody tells this person, you shouldn't smoke. That's dangerous to your health. You're going to get lung cancer. You're getting diseases. It's even contributing to climate change, to global warming, you're spending money, etc. But this person fails to see the reality behind smoking. He or she doesn't really realize how dangerous that is and how harmful and also how ridiculous it is to spend so much money on a vice. And so our being, he wants us to eliminate our egos, right? He wants us to eliminate this vice, this element that we have inside. Since we are not changing by ourselves, since we do not realize the need to stop smoking, then our being will use the last resource he has, that is karma. So this person will face a karma related with that vice, in this case smoking. So he or she will develop lung cancer, will one day wake up and find that his lungs no longer work. He'll begin to suffer. He'll begin to be in pain. So, through that pain, that person realizes, wow, my lungs are really valuable. Was it really worth it to smoke all those cigarettes? Now I have all this pain. Maybe wouldn't it have been better if I had spent that money on charity, for instance? I regret every single cigarette I smoke. So you see, that pain serves to that person, is useful because it helps him or her to wake up, to realize you shouldn't smoke, you should rather use that money for charity. You should rather value your life more. You should give a better example to other people. So karma is something that we do not want, that for us, humans, is something that we find bad. But for our soul, for our essence, karma is one of the best things that can happen to us because it serves us to realize how valuable our lives are, how valuable our freedom is. Let's say that someone has to go to prison for a crime that he or she did not commit. We might think like that's something bad, right? Clearly karma. But it will serve that person to value his or her life. It will serve that person to realize that he should be more thankful to God, to the Creator, for being alive and being free. He should value his wife and children more. Master Samael teaches us that we can compare karma to medicine. When we are in the hospital, doctors and nurses come every single day and they do things to our body which are not really pleasant. They give us some medication that is not tasty, it hurts, things that we do not want, but it's for our good. So, when we protest against karma, it's the same thing like protesting against the doctor or the nurse that is applying morphine to us, a painkiller or something that we need. And in fact, anytime we complain about the bad things that are happening in our lives, karma gets worse because we are failing to realize that that is what we need at that particular moment. There are also different types of karma. There's what we call individual karma, familiar, local, national, and planetary karma. Individual karma is the karma that I earned and that I have to pay myself. But sometimes, let's say, an entire family does something bad, then they earn familiar karma, and so they will have to pay that together. Local karma, well, it's the consequence that a whole community faces as a result of their actions. And the same thing with national and planetary karma. Everybody in this world has karma. Everybody. Because we've been accumulating that karma throughout our lives. And so, all of a sudden, something bad or negative happens in our lives, and we do not know the reason. That is because we earned such karma in previous lives. And so what we have to do is we have to compensate or equilibrate that karma, negotiate it before it's too late. Essentially, there are three ways to pay karma. One way is through pain, through suffering. In pain, we pay our karma with suffering. But there's another way. We can pay karma using dharma. So dharma is something that we could consider like a positive value that we earn anytime we do something positive, anytime we do something that is right. We can think of dharma like a type of cosmic currency, a type of currency that we can use to pay our debts. So, let's say that we committed a series of crimes, and for that reason in this life we ought to lose our legs, for example. Maybe we used our legs in a past existence to kill someone. We kicked that person to death. That is not the right thing to do with our legs. Or what if we killed someone using our hands? Our hands were not given to us in order to kill other people. So, karma will teach us that by taking our hands and our feet away from us. But if we demonstrate to the universe that we are changing, that we want to wake up, that we regret what we've done, okay, the divine law can say there's no need to ask him to pay this karma with pain, because he already knows, he already understands that he or she should not do that. We need to earn that dharma, and we can earn it anytime we make charity, anytime we help other people, anytime we enlighten somebody's life, anytime we help other people to avoid making mistakes. In this course, for example, I am earning some dharma by helping you understand about the necessity to wake up and to earn dharma, because if we don't, we will pay the consequences with suffering. There's a lot of things I could do with my life. Right now I could be walking, I could be working, but I could also be doing bad things like stealing, robbing, insulting, being cruel, etc. Those are ways to earn karma. And if we do not stop doing that, then eventually we will reap where we sow. Criticizing someone is another way to earn karma. Being cruel with another human being, failing to encourage other people. Those are ways to earn karma. But also, we earn karma for the good things that we could have done and that we failed to do. So let's say I have money, I have a good job, but I failed to make charity. Well, that is a way to earn karma, because I could help a family, I could help someone to eat. It is important for us to realize that indifference is a very cruel thing that we all do. We pass by someone who is lying on the street, living in poverty, and we do not care. We fail to give this person a coin or to give a piece of bread, something for him to eat. That is a way to earn karma. So we have to be very careful with the way we live our lives, because such indifference serves us to reap negative consequences in the future in our lives. That is why the third factor of the revolution of the consciousness is the sacrifice for humanity, sacrifice for mankind. If we truly want to wake up, we need to pay our karma, because otherwise we don't have the right to wake up. If we really want to obtain the astral projection, if we really want to obtain clairvoyance and all those things, if we really want to be free from our suffering and from our egos, we need to have Dharma. We need the third factor of the revolution of the consciousness, because otherwise the divine law will not allow us to wake up.
We pay karma not only for the evil we do, but also for the good left undone, being able to do it.
And finally, the third way to avoid paying karma with suffering is through the elimination of the ego. Think of a criminal, of a murderer, who has killed 10 people. So the police wants him, people claim for justice. But then one day, someone kills this man, or he dies out of natural causes or whatever. The criminal is dead, the case is closed. So while we have the ego, the divine law will come after us for the crimes we have committed. But if we eliminate that ego, then there's no reason for them to come after us. We have shown that we changed, that we are different now. But of course, if we want to eliminate the ego, we need Dharma as well, because there are egos which we have developed throughout our lives. So if we want to eliminate those, then we need some Dharma as well to beg for the elimination of this ego. So those are the three ways to pay karma. But there is also a fourth way through which we could be free from our karma, and that is by going to hell. So when we die, the divine law, in an extreme case, would say, okay, there's no reason for this person to be born again, let's send him to hell. Maybe through the immense suffering in hell, he will learn that he needs to stop being cruel, to stop being bad, to stop hurting others. The divine law was represented in Egyptian mythology. Particularly, they spoke about Anubis, a judge who presides over a trial when we die. And he has a jury composed of 42 judges who decide the fate of our soul. There are also cases where a person made a lot of charity in his life. So after the trial, he or she might receive a vacation in what is called nirvana, superior places, heaven-like dimensions, where for something like 100 or 200 years, the essence can remain there. But since he or she failed to pay all of his karma and to eliminate the ego, inevitably has to return to this dimension.
Do good deeds to pay your debts. The lion of the law is fought with the scale. He who has money to pay, pays and does well in his business. He who has nothing to pay will pay with pain.
And here we come to a very important part of this lesson, because there is another type of karma, which is called karma saya. Karma saya is the result of sexual unions. It is said that when a man and a woman unite, they connect each other sexually, their energies are interchanged, their destinies are bound, and their karma as well is united, is linked. This is the reason why it's very important to be careful when we sleep with someone. Ideally, we should only have one partner in our entire lives. And unfortunately these days, people throughout their lives sleep with many different individuals. So as a result, they are forced to pay a bit of the karma of each and every single one of those individuals. when a young man goes and sleeps with a prostitute, he is having his energy linked to that woman. So he will have to respond and pay out of his dharma some karma that corresponds to that particular lady and that corresponds to each and every single one of the men she slept with. That is the reason why every religion emphasizes the need for chastity, for sexual purity, for virginity, both in men and women. We can think of karma saya like a set of strings that bound us with one another. When something affects one person, inevitably the people to which he or she is linked to will somehow be affected, or will have to give some of their dharma in order to avoid paying that. The good news is that we can cut those links that we have created with other people to service, dharma, and the transmutation of our energies.
3 marital bonds exist: karmic, dharmic, and cosmic. The first are of pain, misery, hunger, nakedness, and disgrace. The second are of success, bliss, love, financial progress, etc. The third are only for the select, pure, and holy souls, and bring inexhaustible happiness.
Thank you for watching this lesson. I hope that you learned something new today and that we will continue to see each other throughout the course. Take care.